for a long time.
Well, yeah, but like that.
Well, I knew
We knew each other before we were neighbors, though.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I knew Luke and Sarah first.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I have stories of Luke.
But I mean, who was the first? I was like, was that how did we first meet?
I met Luke through all the Den crew when we were all going to the Den all the
So
time.
so just that social kind of.
Yep, all those boys.
Okay.
And then I met Sarah, and we bonded instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, you were there one day?
Yeah, that's right.
We met
we were
and realized we were neighbors. Or I think I saw you like running. You know, you used to run all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he
Yeah, I love that. So, well, like, remember when you used to run all the time when you were in shape? Now
I'm sure you
you're
still
married
do.
And yeah.
I'm sure you still do.
Kind of.
Or wait, so we're on?
We're rolling. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like to be like casual and just like all of a sudden we're recording a podcast.
That's how like Clint Eastwood. You know, it's like he doesn't say action.
Is
he
it?
just says, all right.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So
we're
we start talking about God knows what.
Yeah.
And then he's like, by the way, we are going. We're like, oh, haha.
It's like most people think Custer died at Little Bighorn, but I presuppose maybe he didn't. Go ahead, let's do it.
Okay, so back to how we know each other, and
Right.
then I don't know. I think I just saw you running one day, and I'm like, oh hey, you're my neighbor.
You were right behind me, one block over.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And then during
That was
the pandemic, we were in each other's little COVID bubble.
And that's when we really bonded because we'd have little picnics or,
sit on the front yard.
Matt's like rosé wine drinking
Yes.
parties that would last.
With all the neighbors.
That's right.
How's Jaren?
Does
Does he still live over there?
He still lives over there. That's right.
Oh
even if Jaren wasn't invited, he would just show up.
I know.
You know, it's like, well, hey guys, like from the bushes.
I loved it. Well, guys, welcome back to Talk Dodgers to Me. This is episode 14, and I am sitting here with my friend Matt Barr.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for coming on.
And 14 was like my sports number actually.
I know.
In football and in basketball.
And your birthday.
I am a Valentine's baby. So,
So it just all worked out for having
awesome.
you on. Matt, you've probably seen on TV. He's been in so much. Let's see. I know you from One Tree Hill. You scared the shit out of me. He was in Walker, Independence, Blood and Treasure.
Some people I'll be.
Crap.
Why?
That's why your face looked familiar.
I love when being with my parents or my dad and someone just screams out, Psycho Derek. He's like, what is that?
It's so funny because you're genuinely the nicest guy, but you seem to play a lot of roles that are very opposite of you.
Where does that come from? I don't know where I dug deep for that one, but
it must be fun to play someone that's not like you at all, though.
You know what? Honestly, it's easier. I think playing something close to yourself is like hard to separate. You know? It's like you can make bold choices when you really take a leap, and
you just go for it.
It's very much pretend, and I think we're more fearless when we do that. So
absolutely,
it's just a crutch.
And also a baseball movie that we will talk about later. Which I'm really excited about. And I watched it last night.
I love that movie.
But so you're from Texas, where I feel like everything revolves around sports.
Yep. We are a sports state. Especially, I grew up in Dallas in in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, the Cowboys were kicking ass. It was like such a great time to be a kid. And even more importantly, it's Texas Rangers country. And there was this pitcher named Nolan Ryan that was did pretty well for himself.
Was he your favorite growing up?
Oh, yeah. So we were obsessed. So that was, going to see that's one of my earliest memories was like going to the Rangers games, watching Nolan Ryan whenever he would, when he was pitching. And, we didn't know how special that was even as a kid,
That's amazing.
Yeah, what a stud.
So did you play baseball? What sports did you play? You played football, right?
We played it all. My dad my dad played college football and then coached college football for years. So we were a massive football family.
All right, I'm picturing Mike Barr.
That's what my dad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, continue.
Yeah, my dad's still a coach in life, no matter what he's doing, But so we were just super, athletic in every way. And so we played everything. Literally everything, probably except for hockey.
Okay.
So
I never really got into hockey.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I don't think Texas had hockey.
No. Okay.
But
so you and Luke in the back throwing around a football, baseball. Sarah running around.
Sarah was a good athlete because she kept up with her older brothers. But what's funny is my little brother became bigger than me at like, 6 years old. He was just like a super stud. So he was a serious athlete.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, UCLA wanted him to play basketball for them, and
What?
He ran track and was like, I'm good. I'm gonna go work on a cruise ship and,
Wow,
be a Casanova.
Learn new things about Luke, which is really how I know you from your siblings.
Right.
Okay, so you became a Rangers fan. You know what I'm interested in? Like, who becomes a Rangers fan and an Astros fan in Texas?
I knew you were going to bring up the Astros. I didn't think we should even mention the name.
And guys, I called them by their name. I didn't say Trastros.
Yeah,
so
who are
I'm
you?
growing.
I didn't even know Texas had another baseball team, to be honest with you. What are they called?
it.
The Astros?
Good answer.
That's a team? They're actually a team?
We don't
Like single A or?
think about that.
I honestly
It's
was
like a
really
feeder league?
nervous that I'd have you on and you would be a big Astros fan.
Yeah.
Because I guess...
Not being from Dallas, you wouldn't.
I remember,
Okay.
I remember even just like, I know it was my uncles too. It was like hating the Astros was just...
What?
You were bred to like, it was this, true hate.
I love it.
It was like the Hatfields and McCoys or something, you just...
Weren't you in that show?
I wasn't that. So that
Serious?
I was plugging myself.
Oh,
there.
okay.
Ding. No. Yeah, I remember those. No, but yeah, it was just like,
Forgot that in the intro.
they're 4 hours south of us, but anyway, Nolan Ryan made the right choice when he moved from Houston to.
So he's your guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was Derek Jeter growing up. I had his poster on
yeah.
the wall. Liked the Yankees from New Jersey. So he was my guy.
He's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stud.
I don't think anyone hates him.
He did it the right way too. Classy, played well, good leader.
Mm-hmm. Corey Seager, who you guys stole from us.
I gotta say, the Dodgers gifted us a national treasure, and now a Texas treasure.
You're welcome.
I think he's from there, so I kind of just accept that
You know what?
he wanted to play there.
I didn't know that.
Is
he from Texas?
I didn't know
Okay.
he was either.
I think so. Or maybe his wife is.
Yeah.
But I feel like he wanted to play there. We just played the Rangers, and he was back at Dodger Stadium, so it was really nice to see him. But I feel like he does have that Derek Jeter-esque mentality, which actually Allie and I talked about last episode.
He has that thing too, like great athletes, like Tiger Woods or
Quiet confidence.
Yes, and like just unfazed by. There's one of my favorite movies is For Love of the Game, and with Kevin Costner, and he talks about like clearing the mechanism, and like I feel like Corey just, there could be a bomb going off, and he's just, he's still like
Calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
He is from North Carolina, and so is his wife because they began dating in high school, says Wikipedia.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
did they go to college in Texas?
We're gonna find.
I could be totally wrong, and maybe I just need to believe that.
It's like they went
I
to
was so
they went
upset
to a
that he
Chili's
left.
once in Texas and
So
and loved it.
He committed to University of South Carolina out of high school, but then he was drafted by the Dodgers. So
Okay, so I was wrong about that. That's okay. I can admit it.
Kershaw is from Dallas.
But fun fact, he is, and I'm actually if there's one team Kershaw would go to that's not LA, which I do hope he retires.
He's never leaving.
Right.
No,
I
he
know
needs
that.
to retire a Dodger because there's something beautiful about his whole career being here. But if there's one team that he would go back to, if it wasn't the Dodgers, it would be or not go back to, but just go to, it'd be Rangers because of the Dallas connection.
Well, he grew up,
Yeah. But
loving
here's a
Rangers.
fun fact. Seager grew up a Yankee fan and idolized Derek Jeter, so our connection to Derek Jeter.
So maybe he
Straight
has been
home.
channeling that.
I've been channeling out your
That Derek Jeter, man of very few words, but you just are so curious about them.
Yeah, you're right. It's like the mystery too. Like you don't give too much of yourself. It's like the opposite of me. I talk way too much, but
That's
Corey
how I
just
am.
like
I try to be. My mom always used to tell me, Melissa, you need to be a little more mysterious.
yeah, leave a little mystery there,
Matt,
okay?
you're in good company.
Yeah, we're
I'm
like,
like
yeah.
Three of us.
But that's not
I
me.
have to express my feelings, Mom.
That's why I have a microphone now.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so back to the Trastros. So
Yeah.
who becomes a Rangers fan and Astros fan in Texas? Like, is it split?
Oh God, it's a
In the
great
state?
question. I mean, I think if you're like, if you're a good human being and you have good taste, you're a Rangers fan.
Ooh, I like this.
Look, I've got family in Houston. I have to admit, like, if you're born and bred there, I like loyalty. I like people that root for the home, the home team. So
you also did a movie with Justin Verlander's wife.
I did.
Did he learn about your disdain of the Astros?
Oh, he's heard it many times.
I'm sure he hears it all the time.
It's funny because like we did that movie and then we all became good friends, and so I was always like rooting for him as a human. But the second that he got onto the it's like
wasn't he traded there in 2017?
Yes,
from Detroit. No, it wasn't long after that. You're right. Yeah.
It was either 2016 or it was 2017, but yeah, it was like his first year there. I think is when they won it.
It was like of all the teams, I'm like, of course you go to the Astros, Justin. So I was just, I make sure to text them, just like, I hope you have a horrible game. Just this is going to be the worst outing ever. Love you.
Wow.
Love you, Matt.
That is amazing. I said last episode that once in a while I will Google just Astros getting booed, just because. I just need to be reminded that they're suffering something because nothing happened to any of the players. No one got suspended.
Cheaters.
Nothing. And
cheaters.
And honestly, I think what MLB tried to do and like sweeping it under the rug, really, the reaction has been the opposite because they didn't do anything. And so this team gets booed everywhere they go.
Yeah. Should have owned it, like moved, right? Like,
Exactly.
Taking your little,
And I know he already admitted that he handled that wrong, but I'm still mad about it. I actually just read a book about Clayton Kershaw that just came out. And so it like amplified my anger about it again because I wish he had another World Series ring.
It's a little PTSD.
Right.
Honestly, what is wrong with me that this bothers me so much? He'll
get one.
He has one.
No, I mean, he'll get another one, I meant. Yeah.
This year, maybe.
Yeah.
Shohei's bringing it to us.
Yeah, we like that.
Shohei's like getting a homer every day.
This guy Shohei can play.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
He just broke another Dodger record of 9 consecutive games with an RBI. I feel like he's hitting a homer every game. He needs to make sure he
hits first base as he's rounding it.
I know, that was so funny. But that's also why we love him because he's like the best player in the league, but also has like some relatability factor where he doesn't even realize he hit a home run, forgets to touch first base and carried the bat with him.
Right. It was so boyish. You could see like 7-year-old him just like, oh yeah, wait, I just hit another home run. I'm no big deal. Like this is like a normal Tuesday for me.
I know.
I know.
I'm really loving watching him.
He is such a it is incredible. He's a unicorn, and it was 700. It could have been $1 billion. People would have paid it. It's just like he is so special.
I know.
It's amazing.
Like so have an MVP season as a DH. He's not even pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's right.
That's insane.
That's
he's not doing one half of the job right now.
Yeah.
And he's having an MVP type season.
I know. He'll be the first DH to win MVP if he keeps it up, which would be really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, I wanted it for Mookie, but
that's not. Is Mookie here? I gotta admit, Mookie is.
Oh, you got him over there with his bad hand.
I know. I mean, Kershaw's a Dallas boy, so I'm always rooting for him. But Mookie's really special. This guy. You were telling me a cool story about his mom. So that's.
Oh yeah.
I hope things cool.
Catching you up on the podcast because the listeners already know.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so how much have you been following baseball this season?
I've been busier than normal, so not as much as I normally do. But I kind of peek in and watch highlights.
Okay, so the Dodgers are really good.
They're all right.
Since our last episode, we played the Rocky series. Okay, there was one game that if you didn't watch it, I'm going to just tell you about it right now because it was amazing. We were down 9-4. It's the 9th inning.
Okay.
Miggy Rowe comes up and the broadcasters say the stat of how when Miggy Rowe gets a hit, the Dodgers are 23-0. So what happens? Miggy Rowe gets a hit. He gets on first. He looks at the first base coach, Clayton McCullough, and said, "We're going to win this game."
I love it.
Miguel Vargas gets up, gets on base. Maybe Gavin Lux gets on base. Jason Hayward pinch hits. Grand slam.
There it is.
So now it's 9-8.
Right.
Then Shohei comes up, gets on base. They walk Freddie, and then next man up, our favorite Teoscar, who is just killing it right now. 3-run homer.
3-run homer, yeah.
We win the game.
That's right. I did see the highlight, the end. I did see the walk. Yeah.
You know, I've been frustrated with my Dodgers because when they tend to be losing, sometimes I feel like they're giving up, but not this season.
Yeah.
And they came back and did that in the 9th inning, and I've watched those highlights
Can you tell that they're hungry? I mean, they're like, we're coming to.
I really think they are this year.
We're coming to get this.
With how much hate they get.
Yeah.
Actually, a theme of the podcast has been angry winning.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I like that.
Like, do you think athletes, like when they have a little anger in them, when they have a chip on their shoulder, they play better?
Yeah, you've heard that from like Jordan and Kobe. It was like you kind of have to have a bit of hate. And
that Mamba mentality.
The Mamba mentality. I think that's a real thing. Yeah. So good. Let's get them angry. Let's get them hungry.
I know. Have you been to any Dodger games this season?
I haven't been this. Did I go this season? I guess not. I guess I haven't. I've been traveling a lot now.
Where have you been going?
To New York because my wife's working there.
How is she?
New York.
Tell her I said hi.
She's great. Yeah, she's great. I will. I'll tell you that.
Does she know you're doing a podcast?
She does. Yeah.
Nice.
She was asking about you. Yeah.
Aw, that's very sweet.
We'll have to see you guys here. Actually, you're swapping. You're going to New York, so we're gonna.
Oh yeah.
We'll trade off.
I'm probably gonna go to a Yankee game.
Yeah. I've actually never been to a Yankee game. I've been to a lot of ballparks around the country. It's kind of one of these things. I'm trying to like hit them all at some point in my life.
Me too. How many are you at?
Yeah, truly, and I knew you were gonna ask that. Like, maybe close to 20. I don't know.
What?
18 or maybe 15. Yeah, like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a lot. I mean.
Okay.
All the California ballparks, like like Arizona. I have been to an Astros game before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hope you
you gotta go to knock it off the list.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, so I was watching Max Scherzer start for the Rangers the other day.
It's about time.
He was hurt for a while, and he did really well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he 4 strikeouts. No one scored. Great job for Max Scherzer.
Yeah, I'm glad he's healthy.
Who are you having fun watching on the Rangers? And the Dodgers.
And the Dodgers. I mean, I'm just I do love Corey Seager, and I wish Mookie wasn't injured because he's my boy, but I'm actually really impressed. Truthfully, I'm kind of like obsessed with Freddie Freeman right now. This guy's like really. I mean, he's always been a great baseball player, but there's something really. Maybe I never gave him a close enough look.
He's kind of like you, just like a nice guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah.
Always happy, nice to everybody. He takes his son to the field. Honestly, we've talked about this a lot, but I want Charlie Freeman's life, his son.
Yeah, right. True.
He throws the ball with his dad every stadium they go to. And you know what? He's heating up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Dodgers are looking good. I mean, it's going to be Dodgers or Texas Rangers. I'll be okay.
Probably Dodgers this year. But...
Is that what these shows centered on? So...
I mean, kind of. Because I just wanted to talk about the Dodgers with people.
That's right.
Actually, did you know that I liked baseball so much?
What's funny, not until like 2 weeks ago, you're like, I was like, what are you doing with it?
I feel like.
It was a couple months ago.
So Matt's sister is married to one of my good friends, Mitch.
It's true.
I know your whole family.
You do, yeah.
Mom, dad, everybody. So
you're an adopted
Matt and Luke made the best man speech ever. Honestly, they both are quite entertaining. But fun. I think I told you then that I was starting a podcast about baseball, and I remember your face like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many years? I mean, we've spent hours talking over the years.
How have we never talked about baseball?
And we're such an sports family. This is crazy.
I know.
And we've never been to a Dodgers game together.
No.
We'll have to remedy that soon.
Yeah, I've been with Sarah and Mitch.
Have you?
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to plan one.
It's not inviting me.
So you didn't know I liked baseball.
I did.
So this whole thing is a surprise.
But it's cool because you're impressive. Like you really do. Like you really know your shit. It's awesome. I like that.
Do you get that reaction also, Allie?
That I know my shit? Yeah. Most people that I talk to when I go on my, sports loving rants, they're like, you're not a normal person, right? They're like, you're not an average baseball or football or sports fan in general.
So you did a baseball movie.
I did. One of my favorite little projects I've ever done.
Okay, tell me about it. And were you actually playing?
We did, yeah. And one of the actors, Tyler Hoechlin, was got drafted. I think like out of college or something. He ended up becoming Hollywood, just doing great stuff. But he was a lot of these guys were like retired pro players that would come play.
Oh, cool.
Kind of the non-actors, I guess. And some of the pitchers, and this guy Tyler was like, throwing high 80s, like just for, I'm like, dude, slow it down so I can hit it for the scene. He'd be like, no, I'm gonna throw a 90 to you, like I couldn't even get a piece of these balls. It was hard.
I was watching it thinking like, this must be what it's like in a dugout.
Totally.
With a bunch of dudes.
Right.
Yelling at each other.
Right.
Maybe not eating ice cream, but.
Right. That's a really sweet movie because it is like, it kind of shows you like what's special about baseball. It's like the sense of camaraderie that's built around the game. There's like the competition side of it, and then there's that sort of like I said, kind of bonding synergy aspect of what even, and this is about just kind of a little rec league that these young guys play in as young adults. But that's a really sweet movie.
It was really sweet, and there's a little tie-in to Kennedy Marshall where we record the podcast because the writer-director was the kid in Jurassic Park.
Joe Mazzello, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
It really is a small world.
That's right.
Wait, what's the name of the movie? So we gotta plug that.
I didn't say it.
Undrafted.
Sometimes I forget to introduce the podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes
maybe I just blanked.
I forget to introduce the person I'm talking to. The movie's Undrafted.
That's right. And Joe, who wrote and directed it, he was in Jurassic Park. It was actually based on his brother's it was like a real life experience. So it's kind of based on a true story. And but yeah, we got Chase Crawford in that, and Aaron Tveit and Phil Winchester and all these Billy Gardell.
Yeah, that must have just been so much fun.
It was.
When did you do that?
When was that? 2014 or something, I think.
Okay.
So maybe something like that.
Okay.
It feels like just the other day though, like but.
Well, it was fun to watch you in that. I would like to know. I'm picturing all the guys that were on your team learning a cheer. Please tell me about that.
I forget if I was trying to write.
It was like boom, 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 dynamite.
It was. So we were just trying to be ridiculous. It was like we were just improvising these cheers, and I was like the ringleader of this other team.
There wasn't like a cheerleader teaching it to you?
No, I think I was trying to come up with stuff like my inner, I was channeling my inner cheerleader there. It was so ridiculous, a lot of this I thought they were never going to use in the movie. It was just like it's going to be in the background. They're going to replace it ananyway, but. I think they had actually used some of that stuff.
I was laughing very hard, and I could not wait to tell you about it.
I think there's one where I'm hanging on the fence, I don't know, humping the fence or something.
Yeah, that happened too. I wasn't going to say that.
Is that in the movie still?
Anyway, baseball fans, watch that. It was really cute.
It was really fun. I was going to say one more thing about baseball movies.
Tell me.
There is, and I'm sure you talk about a lot in the show, but there's nothing, I think, more cinematic in movies than horses running and then number one is baseball in cinema, especially slow-mo pitching a baseball. It's you can't beat it. It's the best. Baseball movies are great.
That's a gorgeous shot to get.
Oh,
you slow that
can't
down,
beat it.
The ball spins, you see it curve.
Right.
Oh man.
And the lights of the
lights of the stadium. You see the beating sweat on the pitchers. They're prepping. Oh yeah. Bring it on.
We all love it. It's that's what it is to be human, is to love a good baseball movie.
My favorite. And another connection we have is Ron Shelton, who we've interviewed on the podcast.
Yes, speaking of one of the greats. Yeah. We love Ron.
What's your favorite movie of Ron's?
I mean, it's got to be Bull Durham, probably.
Yeah.
I might have to go there.
I know. It's too good.
It's just so, and actually the older it's funny when you see his movies when you're younger, you think you appreciate it, and you get older, you've lived through things, you've fallen in love, or you've got your heart broken, you're like, oh, now I get it.
Even like to watch it after meeting him and thinking like that he's writing these words.
Right. Yeah,
and,
right.
Like some of those like scenes with Kevin Costner, I'm like, Ron.
I know, right? Yeah, he's the
scandalous Ron.
He is, right?
And didn't you work with his wife?
Yeah, I worked with Lolita on a movie called Romeo Killer.
Oh.
But what's funny is when we had dinner once with Ron and Lolita, and the whole dinner I was asking Ron about all his movies, and I think at some point he was like, "Just let me eat for a second, all right?" Because I was so excited to talk. And Lolita's amazing. They're awesome.
Oh, I love that. I actually think that his son is playing baseball.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think he's in college, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they must be, yeah, right?
We asked him who his favorite baseball player was, and he's like, my son.
I love
really
this is why
sweet.
I see salt to the earth, Ron.
Okay, so back to your childhood.
Yeah.
So you played baseball, watching the Rangers.
Yep.
What position did you play?
I played shortstop, second base. Trying to think.
All right,
but mainly shortstop.
Does every kid who grows up playing baseball want to be a shortstop?
I think so. I mean, it's like
not a pitcher.
I feel like
you're either quarterback or you're a. Well, you know what? You're right, pitcher, but
But if you're not a pitcher, like if you're somebody other than a pitcher, you want to be a shortstop. Yeah, it's what it seems.
So
like.
it's such a dynamic position, right? What's funny is I remember also as a kid wanting to be a first baseman because it feels like you would like touch the ball a lot, and I never got to play first base, but I did play shortstop.
Well, you always can. Actually, doesn't Luke play on a softball league?
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Jess?
Yeah, he could. My brother could do anything. He's like.
I'm actually shocked that.
He could probably He could probably go play for the Dodgers.
I did not think that about him at all.
Right.
I guess I just think of him and going out in the streets of Hollywood.
Yeah, in Hollywood.
I'm just
downing a few.
Confirm for me, Luke Barr, your brother. It's not the same Luke Barr that wrote a novel called Provence 1970, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Wait.
No. Wait, this is funny because
we're taking a curve, and I need your brother to tell me all about your great aunt MFK Fisher. Never mind.
Oh.
What you just said is like the exact antithesis of what probably Luke would do. I love it. I was like, I don't think so.
Luke had a show called He Shed, She Shed.
Yeah, I can't even say that.
He said, she said?
He should say it fast 3 times. Go.
Come on, Adam.
Adam, you're up.
I got nothing.
He said, she said. He said, she said. He said, she said.
You know something that happened since our last podcast episode? They honored Ryan Sandberg at.
They did.
For the Cubs.
Well, and Ashley threw out the first pitch.
I know. And Ashley, who hired me when I worked here at Kennedy Marshall.
Oh, really?
She's married to Justin Sandberg, who is Rhino's son.
Okay.
So they were all there. Ashley's a producer on Twisters, and they had her throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
And did a whole
awesome.
like statue unveiling.
Oh, cool.
It was really cool.
It's awesome. We have a small like small world connections around here.
I know.
It was really sweet.
Really cool to see. I forget if I said this on the podcast.
Remission, so we love that.
Did I think that was the only time I saw Adam smile when I worked here?
Wow.
Have I said that on the podcast yet? So one day, he didn't know, but Ryan came in here.
Okay.
And I guess Ashley didn't tell him in advance. And, he grew up a Cubs fan.
Right.
So I guess he just, walked in the office, and Adam was just, on cloud 9 the whole day.
Right. Yeah, I bet.
And if you know Adam, he is the office Eeyore. He just,
yeah.
It's what he loves to exude. I think he really leans into it, too, though.
I was on cloud 9 for 5 minutes, and then I came back down to earth. That's more accurate.
After I came out of the bathroom crying.
I still remember that smile on your face.
Tears dripping from my cheeks.
No, remember, okay, I've seen it one other time, and it was when we got a lot of free Star Wars stuff downstairs because they were getting rid of things, and they were cleaning out the closet. He was a child in a candy store, just on top of the world, and I was like, who are you, and what have you done with Adam? That was the only other moment.
I like free stuff.
I would too.
All right, so you got some Star Wars swag and t-shirts?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, speaking of merch, you know what's happening this upcoming week? The Dodgers are playing the Giants, and they have some things planned for us coming to town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I guess because they can't fill their seats with people these days, they have to sell Beat LA shirts and Mickey Mouse ears to make some money.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
I'm curious for both of you to talk about what there's a fascination. I feel like other teams love to chant "Beat LA," but we never chant "Beat anybody." Really, we chant "Go Dodgers." Like, we have other chants, but they're all in support of our team. They're not really a negative to anybody else's team. But so many people in other stadiums, or even in our own stadium, if there's enough of them, will chant "Beat LA." Why do we feel that is? Like, why are we so positive and everyone else is
God, we're so evolved here, right? It's like the West Coast mentality. It's like all this.
I think it says a lot about our team.
Yeah.
I think if other teams are hating on us, it's just because we have a great reputation as a winning team that they're intimidated by.
It's more constructive to be positive about your right as opposed to being negative. So maybe it's it's uplifting our team. It's putting good energy out there.
Or
deep here,
or they're chanting "Beat LA," and our team will hear it and get pissed off and play even better.
That often happens, right?
Yeah. So you know what? Keep it coming, guys. Come on, Giants fans.
Right? Do it.
Adam, I'm waiting, and let's hear it.
What's up?
Or it just has to do with the number of syllables in "Beat LA." It kind of just rolls off the tongue. You're not gonna go "Beat San Francisco." That's not a thing.
Right. I was trying to think of a long.
I guess he's not wrong. Like, you could do "Beat SF."
Yeah.
But I don't know. It sounds weird.
But they're
what rolls off your tongue even better is like Astros suck.
Yeah, that
right?
Is a great.
It's almost like Astros suck. It just sounds so good and natural.
I cannot believe how much you hate the trash jokes. This
Welcome
is
back,
really
time.
hilarious. I love it because I really was nervous that you were a fan, and then
Sorry, Justin.
we would just be fighting this whole time.
No.
I think one of my favorite games that I've been to was when Scherzer was his first start with the Dodgers. It was when the Trash Joes came to Dodger Stadium for the first time with fans in the stands.
Yeah.
It was an incredible game. Scherzer had 10 strikeouts. He got a standing ovation, curtain call, and you couldn't hear a thing with the booing, with people dressed as trash cans.
Oh, really?
Honestly, that is such a fond memory for me. And now you got him on your team.
We do, yeah. He's back, baby. Mm-hmm. We got some good pitching.
Okay, so out of all of the stadiums that you said you've been to, which has been your favorite?
It's a great question. I mean, I'm not just saying this. Like, I do think, like, Magic Hour sunset at Dodger Stadium, like, you see the palm trees, the stadium just has that, it has the essence of, the era that it was built, and you feel the history there, and something about what LA at Magic Hour is like a special place. It's really cinematic.
Cotton candy skies, like Vince Scully used to say.
And you're up there on that hill. It's, you're always like, something about Dodger Stadium is like, where am I? It's like this little, it's like Vatican City in the middle of, Los Angeles. Or not
Besides
in the middle,
but the getting there and getting home.
Then that's horrible. What we need is like jetpacks to get out, get back to your car. It does take forever,
But besides that, I think it's pretty magical there too. Adam hates it.
Yeah.
What did you call it?
I do. A big hunk of sheet metal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know what? From the outside, it is so not beautiful, but once you're in there, it's.
I like Chavez Ravine. I like the setting. I don't like the stadium itself.
Mm.
But there's so many good memories in it, and one that your buddy Justin won't love is that I was at Game 6 of the 2017 World Series when we won and tied up that series to push it to Game 7.
Yeah.
Guess who pitched that? Verlander, and they lost.
There you go.
I was happy. He pitched 6 innings. I don't know if they were losing when he was pitching or not, but,
Right.
whether it was him or the relievers that gave it up, we won that game.
Right.
And that was a great night, even though the next night wasn't so great.
I noticed too, like I went to an Angels game, and like that's like the most silent stadium. Like there's no music in there. Like they need energy. They need like some,
Derek Jeter said that was his favorite stadium to play at because there would always be more Yankee fans than Angel fans.
Yeah.
I mean, look, speaking of music, Dieter Roll, our like organist at Dodger Stadium, is the best.
Yeah.
I haven't been as many as you. I've been to like 11 or 12 stadiums. But there is some, like, his ability to play a music cue, like, on the drop of a hat and, like, lean into it. And even if you listen to the broadcast, they'll talk about something, and he's listening to their broadcast clearly because he'll play something.
I love that.
And then they'll play off of each other. And it's like they're pure entertainers as well as the game itself is. Like,
yeah, I agree.
So there's something to be said about it.
I feel like that's something you only notice when it's not there. Like, I would never think of that, but when you go to a stadium and you're like, something's missing.
It's part of the whole experience, right? Yeah.
That's interesting.
I've been
there
sound
once,
design in a movie,
years ago.
Makes the movie great.
Yeah. What are you working on now?
I am developing a series about the world of IndyCar racing.
Ooh.
So it's a family drama with a family that's kind of an underdog racing team, and they're a fictional team sort of set against the real, the real IndyCar league. So we're going to shoot along with them and, use real teams and real drivers and real owners. And
that's so cool.
Kind of insert our fictional team, into the circuit. So we're kind of considering it like a Friday Night Lights meets the Speedway.
Ooh, is that another passion of yours?
You know what? It actually wasn't until a couple of years ago when I got to do a 2-seater ride in one of the cars, promoting another series I was doing. And when you go 210 miles on a racetrack, it kind of like changes your religion a bit. And so I kind of got like hooked on this idea of like what a cool sandbox that would be to like set a drama in. Mm-hmm. And so I'm developing it with my good friend Steven Sky, who created Blood and Treasure, a show that we did together.
That is very. Were you shooting that show when COVID happened?
Yeah, that's right. We were in Thailand.
Yeah,
that's right. I remember being like, "Leave me, I'll be fine here."
You would.
I'll build a family. I'll live on the beach and build a hut. When we thought it was gonna be like a week long. Mm-hmm. So this thing's gonna be over in a week.
And then we just kept going in the front yard and drinking rosé.
Then we drank rosé for a year in the front yard.
2 weeks to like lower the curve or something.
Right. We talked about earlier. That was a special time. Like we not only did we bond a lot with our little neighborhood there, but like that was special.
I know.
And trying to make the best out of a bad situation. Yeah.
We were playing that. What was that game with the questions? Something like that. I don't know.
Oh, we went real meta because we similarly had a little quarantine cruise, we called ourselves. Mm-hmm. It was like us all in this like duplex apartment complex, and we would hang out. We would do dinners together. We would hang out in the courtyard, play games. We went real meta and played Pandemic Legacy during the pandemic, and it was really eerie how very similar this board game was to real life.
That's weird.
We're like, guys,
too close. Yeah.
We're figuring it ended up being the Russian government that really was having it up. So.
That's her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you don't have that place anymore, do you?
I moved, yeah. Wow. See, because of the pandemic, I, met my wife.
Well,
got
I think
married.
Your whole family has lived there at one point.
That's true. We did. A lot of people have come through that place.
Yeah.
That's right. It's like, that's good. One day, I hope that they keep that place so we can drive by it. And,
I drive by my old street once in a while. It's completely different because when I moved, they were redoing everything. Yeah. But, I'll go by, I miss going to Bristol Farms.
I know. I remember I met the guy that moved into that apartment, and I remember when he was like just wanting to get the key, and I grabbed him, pulled him close, and I said, "You take care of her, okay?" He was like, "Dude, just give me the key, man." I was like, "No, seriously, it's a special place here, okay? You better."
It is.
And if any of my mail comes, please call me. So.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, good neighborhood over there.
All right, so I have a couple last questions for you.
Okay.
And we'll just do a little. Okay, so I asked you your favorite stadium. Okay, if you were to buy a jersey of a player, which one would it be?
Does it have to be active, or it could be anyone?
Active.
Ooh, okay.
I want to know both and overall and active.
Okay.
I really would. I would buy Mookie. I just think he's so special.
Honestly, me too.
I really do, and I like everything that he stands for and the way he plays, and there's like this underdog quality to him too. It's just like I don't know. I think I love that guy.
He's gonna come back from his injury, fired up, and it's gonna be great. I'm very excited for it. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, agreed. I actually am behind on the update. I don't know where things stand.
So he's out for 6 weeks, right?
It was 6 to 8 weeks last I read, but I don't know if there's been an update since then. But no surgery was required, so like that is good news. So it really is just like how fast can it heal? Because broken hand doesn't sound.
He broke a bone in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God.
And you can tell when he got hit, like, because he's been hit before, and usually they like shake it off, but that was just the reaction to his face. I was like, this isn't good.
Yeah, I know. He
was at the stadium the other day. They were, him and Kershaw were actually meeting kids from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which was
cool. Yeah.
Already.
I know.
Right.
Both of them.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
I know. Before you said sometimes people think you're a Kershaw.
I actually get that more than you think. When my hair is at a certain length,
I can see it with the hair.
Yeah.
Okay, I think between us, Adam can write the movie. He's a writer. He'll write it, and you can play him.
He's debating whether he's a writer or not, by the way.
Yes, you are.
I've never been paid to write.
He's a very talented writer.
Right.
And
well, I want to. Yeah. I mean, I have never played a pitcher before, so this is on my after bucket list.
Ooh.
Kershaw wouldn't be bad.
Kershaw biopic.
I am from Dallas.
I feel like you would love that role.
Let's do it. He's got a great love story. Great guy.
He does.
He took his wife to Six Flags on their first date.
Oh my God.
Is that true?
We have a Six Flags connection on this show somehow too.
Right.
It's really funny the things that come out of your mouth when you
put a
microphone podcast. And just like the most random stories, but somehow Six Flags keeps coming back around.
Well, like every time I'm in Dallas, there's always some event that he and his wife are like charity, some wonderful cause that they're hosting something in Dallas for. That's like,
have you been?
Like serving, making the world a better place. I'm like, damn, again, like these guys are unbelievable. I need to be a better human. I gotta step my game up. Good job, Kershaws.
How have you been to any of those events?
You know what? I think I did go to one of the events actually.
Okay,
and
maybe
he didn't invite us.
I know.
Maybe
I did.
Matt, you will make all of my dreams come true if somehow we can get invited to the ping pong challenge.
I know. Yes. Okay. I want to go that. Yes. Let's do that.
Usually it's during the All-Star week,
right?
Which is coming up. So we got to get on it.
Right.
Future is what she's trying to say.
I will start practicing now.
Quick tangent. Justin Verlander is a incredible ping pong player.
What
and
is
beat me twice in a row.
Guys?
Like he beat me 21 to 0, and then 21 I got 1 point. I was like, he's like a savant. I don't know if it's like what the deal with these pitchers and ping pong.
He should play against Kershaw.
Is it something to do with like their pitch?
Is it? It's
that they like. There's just a really good like paddle.
Some type of like
maybe they just have that competitiveness that they can't do anything without being really good.
I guess so. I was like, I'm still humbled from it. Like, lost a lot of my ego. My ego's been wounded. Yeah.
Wow. Yes. I'm now picturing him playing against Kershaw.
Me too. I'm like, we gotta let's do that.
Oh, pitcher against pitcher.
Yeah.
Great ping pong.
That's a good idea. We should dude. Let's get ESPN behind this.
Guys, we can.
We could do this on the podcast. Yeah.
We can do a podcast there at the event.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll produce this. Let's go.
Okay. This is happening.
Stay tuned, audience. We will be back with more.
Right.
Okay. So I asked you what jerseys would you guys
jersey overall, all time though, because I feel like I know what your answer would be.
Well, it has to be just because like you just the Nolan Ryan.
I was gonna say. I was like, if you don't say Nolan Ryan,
you don't already have one.
He's
Okay.
Oh, you mean yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Epic.
I also have a ball. So I actually met him like a few years ago.
What?
As an adult. And you were talking about like being speechless. I was such an idiot because he kind of walked up to me and I was like, I don't even know where to begin. I almost wanted to bow. Just like,
What'd you do?
Thank you for your contribution to the world.
Okay,
tell me everything.
So I produced a movie called 12 Mighty Orphans, a sports story. And my good friend and co-producer Ryan Ross, we were talking to Nolan's wife about our, the movie. And she's like, oh my God, Nolan loves that, based on a book. She's like, Nolan loves that book. She's like, Nolan, get over here. Get over here. You got to meet these boys. And so he saunters over like the cowboy he is. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, yeah, these guys are making a movie on that book you love, 12 Mighty Orphans. And he goes, gosh, it's the best book I ever read. And I literally in my mind was like, could you say that once more? Like, and I can film you saying that or record it on my phone as my ringtone, And that's I think I just stared at him with like, my mouth open to my buddy was like, say something. I think I actually said, I love you. Like he's like, can I sign a ball for you? And he was great.
He probably gets that a lot.
Yeah, I was like, they say like, you meet Oprah or you meet Nolan Ryan, you're speechless or something.
So he signed a ball for you? He
actually did sign a ball. Like I was like a 6-year-old again, like showing everyone, calling all my friends, like, look what I got.
Do you still have it?
Oh yeah. My wife's like, does that ball, like, are you gonna keep that right on your like on our little dresser in the bedroom? I'm like, it's not moving. You can do whatever you want in the house, but my Nolan Ryan ball is like right here. So,
that's very special.
Yeah.
What a moment.
I know when the house burns down, I'll grab my wife one hand and I'll grab Nolan's ball in the other.
That's the one thing you would grab.
Yeah, like your wife and Nolan's ball.
Ooh, that would be a good question. So you already answered it. The one thing you'd grab. That's really cute. I love that.
Yeah.
I wonder when I meet Derek Jeter eventually if I'll be speechless. Be like, I had your poster on the wall.
Yeah, right? That's right. Knowing you'll start like just ripping stats and like, be like, damn, you're smart.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Okay. What jerseys would you guys get?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about a Mookie jersey at all. But I think for me, I kind of have to say Kershaw only just because, like, he's kind of been a Dodger the entire time I've been a Dodger fan. And there's just something so special. I mean, you talk about him being a great human. It's like I admire him both as a person and as this incredible talent as a baseball player. And, I love it when he gets fired up and he gets excited. So I don't know. I feel like Kershaw's like a tried and true one. But Mookie was one of the best decisions I feel like we have made. I mean, minus Shohei
worst decision for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I was going to say how the Red Sox ever let him go is shocking to me. Like the fact that they didn't see the talent that he was and that he was worth every cent. And honestly, knowing what the contracts are going for these days for a 10-year contract, I mean, no one's getting Shohei money, but the fact of like
Juan Soto might.
I was about to say like the fact that like they just are increasingly getting more and more expensive.
Yeah.
We got Mookie for a steal for his contract for 10 years. It's just so. He would definitely be probably, I think, second runner-up. But, I got my favorites. I do actually have a Kike jersey.
You do? Yes, I know you do. I have Kershaw.
Kike jersey, and I have a Bellinger from his MVP season because I thought that was fun to have one. But
Adam?
Current player, I think I'd have to go with Shota Imanaga, but I would have to say Mike Imanaga Jr., or the second, his name.
Oh, isn't that name? What he says when he gets coffee?
Yes. And then for past player, this is going to be, no one is going to understand this, but Jim DeShays. He's the announcer of the Cubs, and I love him, and he's the best, and so I'd get a jersey of his.
Okay.
I like that answer, though.
I like it.
He played for the Astros.
Oh.
Okay,
I didn't know that
answer now.
Who did Harry Carey announce for, right?
He originally for the Cardinals and then for the Cubs.
The Cubs, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay.
Harry Carey.
Right now, I would get Mookie for sure. Ooh, I have a good question for you.
Sorry.
You like that?
The whole time I was wanting to do this.
I like that you're utilizing the bat.
I do often practice my swings or imitate the players and how they do it. It is more fun to drink beer out of it, though.
It is. Pull Freddie, right?
Except for when we're losing.
Okay.
I'm going left.
I forgot to tell you. Yes, I was telling Matt before. Yesterday, before Freddie hit his homer, he was talking to David Vassegh, host of Dodger Talk, and he said, I see where the wind is picking up today. I'm going to shoot the ball to left field. gets up to the plate and did it.
All right.
Another homer for Freddie Freeman.
Dude, I mean, honestly, like
and he is heating up.
Like this week, I'm wearing Freddie's jersey. Like I really do.
Yep. He's also like leaves a little mystery. Doesn't really do interviews. Just kind of is in his routine. So consistent, reliable.
Yeah.
Can't say a bad thing about him.
By the way, we did win again today, 4-0.
Oh yeah, I was actually trying.
And guess what? Shohei did hit another home run.
Did he really?
It's insane.
Wow.
Okay, so we just swept the White Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our. And now we're off to play the Giants.
Yep.
This is what I wanted to ask you because you've done a lot of interviews.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about the interviewer wearing sunglasses while interviewing you?
Ooh, now that is mystery, isn't it?
It's one of her biggest pet peeves.
I think I'd be completely intimidated and wouldn't know where to look. It's like,
right?
What do we do?
Okay, Mookie has a podcast, and I love him so much.
Does he
the
wear
only
sunglasses?
thing that bothers me is that he wears sunglasses inside in every interview he does.
Does he really?
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so you would
Pretty
think
cool.
it's cool, or would you feel like it's a little disrespectful?
I mean, I feel like Mookie could pull that off, but I know, like, I think, you gotta see someone's eye. If you're asking someone a question, then you have to engage with their eyes, right?
Exactly.
But
So Matt's on
Mookie
base with
walks
me, and not
right.
Look, I think it
Mookie
depends
doesn't-
on who the person is.
Yeah.
Most people can't get away
You're
with
right,
it,
though.
but Mookie,
He's
like,
the only one.
Mookie
He's
can
like,
get away.
he like walks on water. Like
I know.
he transcends the,
We talked about
transcends
this.
the rules of the laws of nature. So
Yeah, he's the only one that could pull it off, and he
Yeah.
was voted. What was it called?
Best vibes.
Best vibes
best vibes.
in the MLB.
Of all the players voted, and he was number one of best vibes.
That's what I wish I was voted in high school.
Were you voted anything?
Most likely to succeed.
Wow.
But I wish I was voted best vibes. It's like
we weren't
like,
saying best
I know
vibes
that.
then.
Vibes, isn't it? What were we
Now
saying
there's
then?
a restaurant on Abbot Kinney called Vibes.
Is there?
Really?
Yeah, it's a new little taco.
I mean, honestly, this podcast has really good vibes to it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
This is good vibes here, guys. I'm
Maybe
liking
we
these
should
vibes.
film one at Vibes on
Vibe, do it on location.
have
at Vibes.
tacos.
Right, we'll get a second location, and we'll switch them in between.
Set up a ping pong table, and that's where you do the Verlander
Actually,
Kershaw
that's
showdown.
a good idea.
And we can serve tacos. Because they have them. And I like tacos.
I'm in.
I like margaritas. Like, they go well with tacos I hear.
They do.
Very well here.
I have a quick random question for Matt. What's your favorite production that you've ever worked on? And is there a certain type of character that you like to play? You've obviously been, seems like you've been typecast as like a sleazy guy in past productions, but is there a type of character that you enjoy embodying as an actor?
That's a great question. I think to answer your question, my favorite production was probably the Hatfields and McCoys. I always wanted to work with Kevin Costner as a little kid, and I loved Westerns, and being a Texan, it was just something that it was. So I love that kind of world and that texture, and I've always kind of been drawn to these characters that were trivial in certain ways, but had a big heart. So they'd always take like 10 steps backwards in the movie or the story, but then they might take 2 steps forwards, and that you kind of keeps you in rooting for them and engaged, and they're searching for their own nobility and their own soul or something. So it gets very interesting to watch, I think, and
I love that.
So
how did you get into the industry? What got you the acting bug and everything?
It's a great
growing up, because you started young, it seems.
Yeah, you know what? I really did. I think come out of the womb. I remember as a real little kid wanting to I wanted to be an actor in movies. I just was like, my mom probably was like, "What? Like what?
How did you know what that was?
Yeah.
Did you watch something?
So I remember watching the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh.
And my aunt Judy loved movies, and I remember learning that actors were it was kind of a magic trick, and it was it was pretend, but you were telling a story, and I was obsessed with that. And then Indiana Jones, actually here we are, but it was like that was it was storytelling, and I just was obsessed with wanting to be like a storyteller. I think I come at acting as more of a storyteller than anything else, and so yeah, but those, you know, those adventure movies of like the 80s and, you know, the Top Guns and the Indiana Jones and then the, you know, and then eventually like the Dances with Wolves and those kinds of things.
Did you have a job lined up when you moved to LA, or were you moving here like the City Connect jerseys, like the City of Dreamers, and wanting to be one of them?
I had done a movie out of high school in Austin called Levelland with Richard Linklater's company. So I'd kind of done one thing and I got an agent.
That was your first thing?
Yeah, my first thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually graduated on like a Friday, and on Saturday I was in Austin like filming day one of this.
How did you end up on that?
They did a statewide
casting call?
Yeah, I went to a casting call in Dallas as a senior in high school just to like kind of audition for this movie they were going to shoot in Texas, and kind of a long story short. And
did you do theater or anything?
I was doing theater.
School?
Mm-hmm. I did a lot of stuff at the Dallas Theater Center, and then in just my school, Allen High School drama. Let's go, baby. Yeah. So, but yeah, I had a really clear vision of what I wanted, but I did. Then after that, I drove my Jeep out to LA and just, you know, got my ass kicked for several years.
But he's one of the dots.
Green Jeep.
He's one of the dots in the City Connect jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually
one on there.
I like it. Yeah, I like that.
That was my last question for you. Do you like the new City Connect jerseys?
I like what they stand for. Yeah, I have to say I do. You know, they're colorful.
Stand for and visual appeal are not the same thing.
Right.
But that's my whole point. That they might not be the prettiest, but with the meaning behind them, it gives you a different feel when you're wearing it.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, this is, you know.
So that's why I'm on base. And now I've totally stolen Mookie's game that he plays on his podcast. Because his podcast is called On Base.
Okay.
And I just have now taken it a little bit.
Good.
She's going to steal it and keep using it until he's like annoyed enough that he's like, I'm coming on this podcast.
He will, yeah.
Yes.
If you start wearing sunglasses, he's going to come on here and be like, stop it.
I'm just going to keep telling him that I don't like it for him to want to just answer me and come on.
It's going to work.
I mean, I think that it's a good plan.
Look, crazier things have happened. So, yes.
So, Mookie, I can't wait to talk to you. And thanks so much for coming on, Matt. This is fun.
And get better, Mookie. Heal up.
Come talk baseball with me anytime.
Thanks for having me. And thanks for being a great friend.
Thank you for being a great friend.
Love you.
Love you.
Thanks,
Bye,
y'all.
guys.